Hi, it's Marco Alfaro from Tax here again, and today we're going to talk about some tips that are actually going to save you tons of money, especially with the new changes of 2018 regulation. This is phenomenal savings. So one of the major things that people have been asking often enough has to do with car deduction. How does that work? Do I do miles? Do I do actual? Well, let me cover that for you because you have a lot of savings. For 2018, the government is allowing 54.3 cents for every mile that you use your vehicle for business purpose. So if you think about it, if you use your vehicle for 10,000 miles in 1 year, that's over $5,000 savings already automatically out of your taxes. So this is incredible. So that is the easiest way to do it. Most people usually go by miles. However, in some cases, for some of you as business owners, maybe having a vehicle and doing actual miles is going to be best. So let me just cover that area of actual miles. When you're doing your taxes, or you're doing the deductions for your vehicle, make sure that you either do miles or actual expenses. You cannot do both. All right, this is a big no-no. Okay, so now let's go in regards to the actual expenses. So if you have a lease, if you lease your vehicle for business purposes, well, your entire lease is actually is a write-off. It's the cost of doing business. It's a regular expense, operating expense. And what else can you add to that? You can add gas. You can add tolls, and any maintenance that you spend on, any money that you spend on maintenance for your vehicle. Okay, so that's very simple. So at the end of the year, you want to just take a look at both and see which one is going to give you your better savings. Okay, with the major change, and here is where a lot of the money is actually made in regards to this specific deduction. Continuing on actual expenses. Okay, so the IRS under section 179 is allowing passenger vehicles or SUVs greater than 6,000 pounds to be a write-off. This change took place even though the Congress made a change in December of last year. They made this change effective September of 2017, which says that if you have a vehicle that is 6,000 pounds or bigger or greater, you have $25,000 of depreciation that you can take off for that vehicle in the year the vehicle was put to use, regardless of whether it was December 31st. That is the year when the car was put on service. In addition to that, the government has given what is called a bonus depreciation. Get this, here is where it comes at a better savings than anything else that you can ever think of. So the vehicle that is 6,000 pounds or greater, you take the $25,000 depreciation, and what's remaining, you apply the bonus depreciation, writing the entire thing off. In essence, you allow the IRS to pay for your vehicle, or having the vehicle free, being paid by the IRS directly. So what is it that you need to do? You need to make sure that the vehicle is put into your business name, and also that it's used specifically for business purposes. And add to that the fact that your vehicle does not have to be new in order for this to apply. You can apply if it's used or new. It just has to be new to you. And then you have right here a big tax savings. If you have more questions regarding this tip, please feel free to contact us, and we'll cover that with you whenever you give us a call. Come and visit us. Tip number 2. Now, I know many of you like to travel. And guess what? If you plan things properly, you can actually utilize business travel with some of the potential personal stuff that you do. So for example, here in Florida, if you travel to Orlando, if you're in South Florida or in another part of Florida, and you travel to Orlando, because you're going to have a business meeting, well, after the business meeting, you can still do some other personal activities. Your family can actually travel with you. And then of course, you're only going to pay for one hotel. You're gonna use one vehicle, so those costs are actually business deductible. So This is important because they're 100% tax deductible. So we should need to make sure that we're following the rules properly. And if you have questions, please feel free to contact us or contact your accountant. We just want to make sure that you're documenting everything properly so you can take advantage of the business travel expense and do it at a 100%. Now, the following deduction has to do with hiring your kids. Yeah, you heard me. Hiring your kids. This is legal, okay? According to the IRS and labor laws, if you hire your own children, as long as they're aged between 7 and 17, you can pay them and not have to pay Social Security and Medicare. That's a bonus. Number 2, hiring your kids. You can also go ahead and give them, as a salary, $12,000 as of this year. Why is that so important? Because remember, tax brackets change, and also the standard deduction. Under the standard deduction, the first $12,000 are not taxable. What does that mean? There's no federal taxes because your child got paid $12,000, which is the threshold for the standard deduction. So you, as the parent, also are the custodial for those accounts, and then you can utilize the money according to you think is going to work best between you and your child.